Today we're shooting the Apex Plus from Wasp. Don't go away. It feels great. After a few days of rain, the sun is shining and the wind is blowing, and we're gonna get out and we're gonna shoot the Apex Plus today and do a quick review on it. Now, I gotta tell you, I received this thing and I was absolutely blown away by the way this thing looks. Look at this. This is an absolutely beautiful frame. I'm gonna flip this camera around real quick. We're gonna show you some specs, talk some specs, get some shooting done, and see what kind of thoughts a good old ATO has about this bad boy. But I'm telling you, this is an absolute beautiful frame. All right, guys, so before we get started on this video, I owe a new member a bullseye. Woo, Jeff Rivney, that was a 20-meter bullseye for you. Thank you very much for your support, buddy. Appreciate you, man. From the tip of the forks to the bottom of the handle, this comes in at 126 millimeters. The fork width on this guy from side to side is 95 millimeters. We've got some newly designed 24 millimeter clip tips that have a groove in it that's gonna lock a band in place no matter what sides you use. Well, the width of the frame is kind of tricky. We've got 8.5 millimeters down at the bottom side, and we got 18.5 millimeters up at the top end. Now, for the size of this Slingshot, I'm kind of surprised at the weight. It came in at 74 grams, and that's with a band set attached. This will make a great EDC. Now, the cool thing is, this is a co-design between John Jeffries and Wasp. Basically, what they did is they took John Jeffries' design, the Apex, and they wanted to make something a little bit beefier so people can have an option of a 95 millimeter fork width. And this is what they came up with. Now, this is basically the Apex beefed up to be an Apex Plus, kind of like a plus size model, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I forgot to give you guys a little twirl of this guy, so we're gonna have to do another close up. I'll give you a good 360 of it so you can get a good idea of what it looks like. And then we'll talk about a little bit of the options that you can get with one of these bad boys. Right, have a look at this. Now tell me this isn't a good looking frame. Have a look at that. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And they got these really cool newly designed clips. They kind of guide them in nice and straight. There's no wobbling or turning on them or anything like that. So once you start tightening up those screws on the back, everything locks right into place. They've got that nice little band groove in there. So if you wanted to put that on with just a wrap and tuck, you could. I would imagine if you pop this screw out too, and you can probably shoot these with tubes as well if you wanted to. But let me tell you, what a great design. And I guess we'll take a few more shots and then we'll talk about the grip on this thing. There's something about this I really, really like, and how it was designed. It just locks right in the hand. Now, the overall shooting experience of this thing is pretty awesome. I am a 90 millimeter fork width shooter, so I do have to do a little bit of an adjustment while I'm shooting this guy. But I gotta tell you, it seems to be a pretty natural shooter. Now, the thing I really like about this thing is it basically forces your hand up near close to the tip of the forks, and there's like next to no, if not any recoil at all. It is super controllable. So, as per usual, you got a lot of little beef in the back end, forces your hands up towards the forks, and gets your hand up really close to them forks. So basically, I'm shooting off these fork tip, and have a look at this. Look at that. Look at the control I have over that thing. It's locked into place. And when I'm shooting, there's absolutely no movement at all. We're gonna go ahead and take a couple of shots, and you're gonna see. But I'm telling you, once you have this design, you lock your 4 fingers in there, and that thing locks right into place. No joke. This is a Slingshot's all business. I actually really hope one day they come out with one of these in a 90 millimeter fork width, and ooh, buddy, there may be I don't know what to say. I would absolutely freaking love it, because right now, because I don't like to change my anchor point, I pop that on my cheekbone, and while I'm aiming down the bands, I'm basically aiming right about here. So I got to split my target. And unfortunately, I got all my small guys all busted up. But we're going to play a little bit with that wiffle ball and that 60 mil flipper for today. And then maybe head on up to the deck a little bit later and take some shots. But before we do that, you're going to want to see a couple of close-ups. of my thumb and on the grip and see if there's any kind of movement. And we're gonna do it in slow motion as per usual. You tell me if you see any movement. Let's do one more. We'll zoom in and then we'll see. Nothing at all. Super solid in the hand. The great option about this Slingshot is that it comes in many different colors. I believe it's 6 different colors you can get the Slingshot, and I think there's 5 different colors of clips that you can choose from, which is pretty awesome. You can personalize this and make it your own. Woo, there we go. Now, one of the things I've noticed about this Slingshot is it actually tends to shoot a little bit better if you point. It does have some slanted tips on there. See if we can get a good look at that. But I find that some Slingshots, I find that when I shoot, I like to cock my wrist back, and some of them I like to point forward. This one I tend to like to point forward a little bit, and I got to tell you, the comfort of it's off the hook. It really creates a nice shooting experience with very little fatigue in the wrist, which is kind of sweet. Let's go a little smaller, see if we can get that blue flipper on the top left. There we go. Blue flipper's done. And then on the top right, we've got a 12mm flipper. That's one of those new ones from Wasp. And let's see if we can get that with this guy. Oh, we just skimmed it, but not enough to make a flip. Let's give it one more shot. There it is. Now, guys, I know I'm singing the praises of this Slingshot, and I'm going a little bit berserk, but I got to be honest with you. I am a huge fan of the Wasp products, and I'm a huge fan of John Jeffries. That dude makes some great Slingshots, and I'm hoping one day I'll be able to own one of his customs. But this Apex Plus, if you're looking to get something in your hands, it's designed by John Jeffries, go ahead and get one of these bad boys. It's freaking badass. We got to do some more shooting, and this won't be a complete review without putting a couple of whacks on a pheasant head. I've got 2 of them that we're going to set up today. We're going to do the one on the bell, and we're going to do another one of those little flipper ones in the catch box if it's still alive. All my targets are busted in there. All right, this pheasant head's going to be number 1 on my hit list. Let's put a couple of whacks on them. Well, I haven't tried shooting long with this guy yet, so let's try a couple of whacks at that pheasant head from 15 meters. Yep. Oh, I botched that shot. Guess you can't hit them all, right? There we go. All right, let's set up that other one and see if we can put a couple of whacks on it. Should be fun. Now, despite its size, this is actually a pretty damn good pocketable Slingshot. It's got a nice tapered end here. It's going to make it slide into a pocket really, really nice. The texture of it's nice and smooth. There's no bumps or rubbery, textury crap to it that's going to cause any kind of issue with it. And overall, it's very, very light. Coming in at 74 grams with a band set. This will slide in and out of your pockets, no problem, anytime. Oh man, gotta tell you too, these Omega Slings, Olympus Green, 0.45, I'm bringing the heat today. All right, I'm gonna get one more hit on that 40mm flipper, then we'll talk about some final thoughts. Oh yeah. Freaking love this thing. Maybe let's try that 15mm right beside it. All right, let's head on down to the catch box. and talk some final thoughts. Okay, so here we are at the catch box. And what are my thoughts? Get one. I could probably stop it right there, but get one. If you don't own a Wasp Slingshot and you're looking for your first one, the Apex Plus is definitely a damn good choice. Now, just keep in mind, guys, I've done some really good shooting with this thing today, and I'm not a 95mm fork with the guy. That's way too wide for me. I end up shooting quite low with it, and I had to do a little bit of tweaking to shoot today. But here's what I did. I always keep my same anchor point, always. I always lock into my cheekbone and I stretch it out. Now, the thing I liked about this frame is that, man, you can get really close to those fork tips and I can hold it very stable. Now, instead of me shooting the fork tip off the tip of my nose there, I just shot up here and I split the targets in half. That's what I did today. And we were hitting all kinds of ranges of targets. Anywhere from a 60 all the way down to a 1.5. We hit a 12mm in the catch box. And pretty soon, we're going to try a shot probably to wrap this up to hit this little squirrel ball. But let's talk about it real quick. It's like freaking eye candy. This thing's beautiful. Great looking slingshot. It holds really, really well. Let's get this recap over. It's got the bump, forcing the hands forward towards the forks. I like a frame that you hold really, really close to the fork tips. It's really nice. I've discovered it recently that the closer I am to the fork tips, the better I seem to shoot, and I'm loving it. So in this case, it's great. One thing I also noticed too about this thing on the grip, I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier on in the video, but when I'm shooting these guys, sometimes I like to point just a little bit forward, and that little bit of a cant in the fork tips allows me to do that. See that? And it really makes for a very comfortable kind of inline position for the way you shoot. So I'm feeling very, very, very comfortable just lined up there. Very good. Grip, fantastic. Pocketability, great. You slide it in and out of your pocket very easily. That little tapered end that's on the back end there will slide in and out of a pocket, no problem. And I'm wearing probably shorts tighter than any man should be wearing shorts. They're practically Daisy Dukes, for God's sakes. But man, they're in and out, not an issue. The overall build design, just fantastic. Single screw, very easy to put your bands in. You lock them in there. And take a look at this. See how those are hanging? See that? There's no slipping or movement at all. They're hanging just the way I had them hung, set up, ready to go when I put them on the band sets. It's fantastic. Sometimes you see the clips move and you got like a little bunching that happens down here where the ends are holding really well, especially on single screw clips like this. This one's holding perfect. There's no movement at all. So, man, I had no movement. I'm kind of shocked. I'm honestly shocked that I like this frame so much. If I can get one of these in 90mm, oh my God, it would blow my freaking mind. This thing would be deadly at 90mm. So I could actually have a complete view right off that fork tip. Woo, it would be insane. So again, guys, if you don't own a Wasp Slingshot, or if you've got them all, add this one to your collection. This thing's freaking badass. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about this. This thing's freaking awesome. I know a lot of people have been asking me to do the review on this guy, and I've kind of been putting it off because I wasn't sure if I was really gonna be able to really do some decent shooting with it because of the 90mm fork width. But you know what? Screw that. I can beat the shit out of just about anything with this thing if I want to, and it's freaking awesome. So that's all I got to say, guys. This is a win, win, win. Pocketability, check. Performance, check. Build quality, check. Clips, check. I wish it was a 90, but I still shot the 95 good, check. Great design. Two great guys actually to support too. John Jeffries and the guys over at Wasp. You can't really go wrong. Anyway, that's all I got for you on this one, guys. Definitely get yourself one of these. It's a win. You're gonna love it. Anyway, I think we should probably head on back to the line, put a little whack on that squirrel ball to wrap this one up. We'll call her done. But thanks a lot for watching. You guys stay safe, get out and practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Bye for now. All right, there's that squirrel ball. All right, guys. So we got that squirrel ball set up. And if we can get that thing in 3, I'll be very, very happy. Now, when I shot the short, I actually hit that thing and I hit it again on the wiggle. I gotta be honest with you, that was a whole lot of luck. All right, here we go. See if we can get it in 3. Didn't need 3, we got it in 1. That was freaking awesome. I'm telling you guys, if you don't have one of these, you gotta get one. This thing's freaking awesome. Oh, and we got it again on the move. Look at that. Ah, all right, we can't keep getting them like that. But let me tell you, being able to pull off a wiggle shot 2 times in a row, that's an absolute win. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. Man, I always get excited when 2 legendary slingers collaborate and come up with something really damn cool. This is no different. Another absolute win from Wasp and John Jeffries, I'm telling you. Now, Wasp has had another one of John Jeffries' design on there, and that was the FTC, which is modeled after the Mustang, I believe. Now, I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You really can't go wrong with Wasp. Nothing but high quality, great designs. It's just awesome. On the end screen here, I'm going to attach a couple of videos for you to check out. I hope you enjoy. You guys stay safe and shoot straight. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.